All right, well, it does look like Styx Hexenhammer has been again vindicated. So this is now, Styx Hexenhammer has been vindicated in so many ways that he's been vindicated in saying that many of the polls that were thrown out there that were negative for Trump and positive for Hillary Clinton and the Democrats, that over and over again, they were heavily weighted to the Democrats. So that when Hillary Clinton lost fair and square, even though they probably tried to pull shenanigans then, let's see if our homies, the ducks are way down there. Take a look. There they go. They're all, look there, swimming along. Look at that little formation. Got a little flotilla. A wonderful little flotilla. Look at that guy. He's like, I can walk. Yeah, let's just watch our friends the ducks come along. I love watching my duckies. They're so ducky. Look at those little mucky ducks. Yeah. So ducks seem to be doing okay. All right. So the one more shot. Look at that. Yeah. All right. So back to business. Let's cook, people. Let's cook. We're doing business here. I got 90% power in 45 minutes of video. Let's cook. Who was that guy? That's it, Mikey Tokes. And I think Mike Tokes, he goes by a different name now. But I remember that, where he would just fuck around, and then he'd be like, I've got 5%. All right, let's do some business here. And everyone's like, you just fucked around for like 10 minutes straight. Like, then he goes, I gotta go. I've only got 1%. So funny. And he was one of those who kept doing the Cernovich, like saying words over and over and over again. And you're like, why are you doing that? But anyway, okay, the culture war. So Styx is correct in that abortion was not a lot of people, this is a hard part for a lot of Republicans who are really like culturally, they're like, I cannot abide this, this law, like this policy. I can't abide it. But when it comes to abortion, a lot of you got to figure out that the state's powers strategy has worked great. It has worked great. It is now establishing where is the part of the country, because, and this is why, okay, the culture war, the secessionist movements and all that, that's real. That's the real deal. That's the real world. I think a lot of conservatives, I think a lot of Republicans, they simply cannot believe it because it seems so far-fetched. It seems like kind of so outrageous that somebody would be like, no, we're going to have a national divorce. They're like, oh, Marjorie, why do you say things like that and stuff? And I think it's because they're really not getting, no, you all do not take your political opponents seriously. I really think that's the thing. I think that they don't take a lot of the left as serious as the left means, and that there's something that they can't do that. So there's that part of it. I'm like, no, you're going to have to start doing what Charlie Kirk and Tucker did. That you're going to have to say things that are ugly. They're not nice. You're going to have to stop being nice in most ways. You're going to have to talk about people who poorly socialize their children so their children kill people. Yeah, that sounds like you're indicting maybe an ethnic group. Too bad, womp womp. You're going to have to get over the backlash, and you're going to have to practice how you're going to respond. That's work. That's real work. The idea, like, you're going to have to defend the idea that there is something called intelligence. It could be tested for, and that just allowing people to do whatever they want in school and allowing the teachers to get away with everything is really, it's discriminatory. It penalizes people of high intelligence, but most importantly, you need to call the Democratic Party openly racist for discriminating against Asians in school admissions. That's it. I mean, that's something you can't abide. You can't say, no, this person qualified for that school, but they're Vietnamese. You can't abide that. There's die on the hill of abortion, but I would go for, you aren't supposed to be a racist. And the Democrats have no defense against that anymore. They openly discriminate against Asians. It's like, that's it. I mean, that's how you handle it. You just don't keep you whores are going to come to an understanding about this. No. That nobody. It's and what it is, it's a thing that some portion of the GOP does because they want to lose. It's easier to lose. It's easier to not really heed what people want, insist on what you want, and lose. And they're taking that easy option. The Democrats do it too. They really do it too. But no, the GOP does it in ways that are so monumental that you're really sitting there going, like, the worst enemy the GOP has are some of their own members, obviously. And especially their big donors and contributors, apparently. I mean, sometimes even their think tanks, possibly. But then beyond that, I just wanted to touch on a culture issue that came up. Asian men mogged a bunch of Crips in Tacoma. Crips got mogged on, trying to rip off some Asians who are gambling. One is, apparently people think Asians are slipping. Two, apparently people think Asians who are gambling are slipping. That's the one that got me. Apparently people think Asian men who are gambling are slipping. But then beyond that, it was just awesome to see how it became this thing of, like, the most important possible thing that was shown by that video. Hassan Piker, all these people, they're all wrong about gun control. That video shows they're wrong about gun control. How? 21-foot rule. Those idiots violated the 21-foot rule. A handgun is very, very inaccurate unless you are exceedingly well trained. And it's just simply because the way that dealing with the sights, they tend to be very inaccurate. That's why people will use so many rounds. That's why they come with so many rounds, because it's such a difficult weapon to use. That's why hunting rifles, you rarely see magazines. Like, people who aren't familiar with guns, like, they could think of a hunting rifle and they're like, yeah, I see these rifles don't have like 20 rounds in them. And it's just simply this issue of, the reason you have a magazine is so you don't have to keep going and physically loading rounds. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. It's just a convenient technology. So this idea of, the number of rounds, that doesn't matter. Everything came down to, once those guys got close enough with a long rifle that they were poking one of the dudes, like practically poking him in the face. What did homie do? He slapped the end of the rifle. That's that. It's not aiming at you anymore. It doesn't matter if people are like, oh, he could John Wick, jujitsu, backflip, kung fu. Oh, he could, yeah, I mean, I guess he could just start letting off shots, and hopefully he will eventually aim the weapon at the right person. But that's the thing, is within 21 feet, to physically aim the weapon takes too long. Anybody who actually plays with any kind of video game where there's no auto target with the reticle. This is one that even Destiny would be like, yeah, it takes a lot of experience, no matter the game, to get used to what it feels like to move the reticle around. Different games have a different feel. Different weapons have a different feel. The reason why the AR-15 has become so popular, any weapon can be designed to look cool. Any weapon can be customized to look like, oh, look, I'm Cobra. Look at me, I'm Sergeant Slaughter. Oh, look at me, I'm John Wick. Look at my fucking pistolas, you know. I'm the Matador. What was it? No, I'm the El Mariachi. I'm the Matador. That's great. What you gonna do? And so this is one of the key things I was thinking about when I was like looking at this. I'm like, once that, like, there's literally entire like martial arts demonstrations that a pistol is a completely different thing. Once somebody has a rifle and you are within about 5 feet of them, they better have that thing trained on you. And the reason why is because of how large it is. You have to hold it with both hands. You have to line it up a certain way. Or if you fire, it could just go leaping right out of your own hands. You could have a burning casing like hit you someplace, and then again you might drop it. It will hop right out of your hands because your reaction to burning hot casing hitting you. Because most people aren't trained like a Marine who could just have burning hot casings hitting him in the face, and he keeps doing what he's doing because he's programmed himself to not pay attention to pain. So one of the things so this really showed that, one, vigilante justice, excellent. More vigilante justice. Everybody loved it. Everybody loved seeing those cats get mogged on. I'm not saying, oh, Crips got mogged on, yeah, no, nothing like that. One thing that's important, why I'm bringing that up, Tacoma, Washington is one of the most famously violent places in the United States when it comes to gang violence, Bloods, and Crips. I lived there for a very, very short while, and you would just never think of it. Poulsbo had the Nazi bunker. Tacoma has, was it Paul Vunak, and a lot of Bloods and Crips. For people who are like, wait, what? Yes. From what I know, for a period of time, Paul Vunak lived there. That's based on what was said by one of my favorite authors. Now, he might have been lying about the city, but from what I gathered, he was telling the truth. Because otherwise, the city he's talking about would be a lot closer to where I live right now. So anyway, just those cultural things. The GOP needs really a person who heps them to the culture war. They obviously, a lot of these guys, a lot of these men and women, they do not think the world of Rumble and YouTube. They don't know. They're skin suits. I mean, like, a lot of them apparently really don't get how important the culture war is. A lot of these senators should be openly mocking Disney. They should be mocking Disney. They should have somebody on their really. They should there really should be just an entire understanding of the culture war in a way that the GOP, they think it's vulgar. That's what really the issue is. They think it's vulgar. They think that they don't like that there's this kind of proletariat, populist, just these vulgar men that say vulgar things, and they're waiting for the day they just get to beat the crap out of a bunch of these fucking leftists, and that freaks them out. Just that whole thing, the whole aspect of these people who are they're just not church going, and they're not changing into good evangelical Christians. They're not becoming hardcore Catholics. It's like, no, they're nationalists, they're populists. These are people who want to have a life somewhat like the one they remember their parents and grandparents having. And that's it. It's not anything more complicated than that. And the GOP keeps wanting there to be some kind of movement or ideology or ideals or something. They're not getting, you have no idea how much people, like men, really want to just go to work. If there was just a year that we could go to work and watch some decent television afterward and have nobody trying to demonize you for your existence, nobody trying to do some crazy leftist shit. And then also the GOP's not getting, no, you need to get rid of any and everybody in the government who doesn't crack down on Marxists. Marxism is the new enemy. It's stop with Russia. Stop it. What do you have with Hamas? Marxist-Leninists. Marxist-Leninists. So there's not really a question about this. It's that for some reason the GOP there's something just very wrong with a lot of the people in the leadership of the GOP. And they're not getting, like, there is no GOP without Trump. Without you heeding the MAGA populist Trump agenda, you don't have a party. As soon as you fuck this up too much, that's it. We're gone. We're fucking gone. And you guys are going to then lose. and the beauty of it is it's like it won't matter if it's like, like there's some big plan to just ruin everybody's lives and live like kings in on the Virginia coastline, like forever selling weapons to the warring tribes of America. And it's like, yeah, well, at some point this is your wife is gonna be miserable because she can't go anywhere. You're going to be miserable because you can't do anything without hiring security. At some point, this is finally going to actually affect people. Like I really like that finally, like how the left mogged on fucking Ted Cruz. So he really finally understood, motherfucker, that's what we go through. That's what wages who live around these people go through. Okay, so get it straight. Crush them. And say the words, crush them. If they are Marxists, we need to crush them, and not in some other place, not some other country, here. And that's scaring you guys. You guys are afraid of that. You're afraid. You become little girls when you start discussing something like this, because what if they do it to people who are Christians? What if they sick the DOJ on the Christians? What if they sick the FBI on people who are patriots? What if they would start running operations on us? What? How much worse could it get? How much worse could it get? You won't see any ops run on fucking leftists. Nope. And the GOP some of these people will even try to decry their own side winning in some way in the culture war now and then. And I'm just like, what? Wait, there should literally be like a group within the GOP, like they show up places and just mock members of the GOP who are wimps. Like there should be a bunch of GOP people who like troll McConnell. They have like really mean fucking names for him and stuff, and they call him that all the time. Then they make videos about it, and then they like, get in touch with Charlie Kirk all the time, like to hang out and talk to him and stuff. And yet he's gonna be like, "Oh, I don't know. You keep calling Mitch McConnell a queer, I don't know." And it's like, what are you afraid? What are you afraid, bro? And it's like, a lot of these old men just need to get mogged on. So at least if they get mad, we see who they'll get mad at. I'm going to get mad at my own party and members of my own party because it's easier. It's much easier to ruin any progress we've made as far as the Republican agenda, because I mean it's why deal with these rapscallions from the internet? They're only real people who vote and give us money and support our cause and make the Democrats work harder. The Democrats wouldn't even have to work hard if it wasn't for the MAGA people. The Republicans would just be sitting there on their backs, their legs spread. I mean, come on now. If it wasn't for Trump, people like McConnell would have his ass in the air, he would be in a sex club with his ass in the air. Come on now, with Lindsey Graham charging money at the door. Shit. All right, peace.